Boris Johnson mercilessly mocked in Brexit the Musical by EU trade lawyer. The Brexit team, taking on the most immense political challenge of the century, has been mercilessly mocked in a musical making waves at Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Boris Johnson bearing Union flag pants and a weaselly Michael Gove are at the centre of the stinging satirical show being lapped up in Scotland, now sold out. Brexit the Musical follows the British referendum and the break with the European Union, framed around Mr Johnson and Mr Gove, who led the calls for Britain to leave the bloc. Former Prime Minister David Cameron is portrayed as a posh boy politician who is relieved when he can stand down and stop pretending to be ordinary during the musical. On hearing the news that Leave has won, Mr Johnson, who in reality surprised many with his decision to campaign to leave the EU and is now Britain's Foreign Secretary, sings in horror, "Leaving Europe will be a catastrophe / overnight we'll bugger the economy." Meanwhile, Mr Gove, now Agriculture Secretary, is shown as a desperate character who just wants to be liked as he wears a tartan dressing gown and fluffy slippers. And for the leader of the main opposition Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, the Brexit vote means above all that he has to miss the Glastonbury Music Festival in the scathing send-up. The show's writer, 39-year-old EU trade lawyer Chris Bryant, told Reuters the show was meant as an escape from the dreary reality of where we are. Mr Bryant, who works for international law firm Bowie Leighton Picer, claims it is more likely that Britain will end up cutting all formal ties with the EU. He said, "I think we are heading towards a colossal mess, and I'm of the view that we will end up with a hard Brexit almost by accident, rather than by design." The show will run for the whole month of the festival, and Bryant hopes to take it to London. Reviews of the show have been mixed. A British theatre guide review said, "This is a fun-filled show that lampoons our politicians with such a wicked zest, and no matter which way you voted it's a joyous romp that the capacity audience absolutely loved." Voice magazine called the show stomach-achingly hilarious, while others said it finds the fun in Brexit. Others were not so keen. One man tweeted to say politicians in such high positions, during the tough negotiations, should not be ridiculed or derided. Another said, "Who in their right mind would pay to watch a musical comedy on Brexit?" Britain's post-Brexit relationship with the EU will be set out by the government this week. David Davis' Brexit department said it would be clarifying the UK's position on a range of issues with the publication of formal strategy papers. Among the first to be published will be documents laying out the position ahead of the next round of negotiations, including one detailing plans for the border between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and don't forget to subscribe English News Hub for new excited videos.